Welcome back to Audiotree Live, the place to find your new favorite band. I'm your loving host, Psalm 1, and today is Friday, December 5th, 2025. Now, some bands remind us just how universal music is, and this next New York-based band defies genre with lush, moody tunes. Ladies, and gentlemen, please welcome City of the Sun. Hey guys, something interesting you might not know about this YouTube channel is 80% of you all watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you could pretty please hit that subscribe button below, and we're going to do our best to keep bringing the most amazing musicians from all over the world just to play for you. All right, back to the show. Yes, we are here with Marco, John, Zach, and Matt, better known as City of the Sun. Tour just started for you all, but how's it been so far?
It's been good. It's been very cold, but we're glad to be on the road. We haven't been on the road in about a year.
Yeah, yeah. What are you most looking forward to on this run?
Just playing all this new music, and we have a lot of shows back to back, and then show every night sounds good to me right now.
Yeah, for sure. The beginning of tour is you're like, let's go.
Yeah. Before I left, I was like, I don't know. We haven't done it in a while, but first show, I'm like, let's do this.
Yeah, for sure. Zach, right after sound check, we were talking about how we hold lots of stress in our bodies and more holistic ways to de-stress. And this is a question for everybody. How do you all prefer to unwind and do wellness type things, especially on the road?
It's tricky, spending a lot of time in the van. It's hard to find time to yourself, but, a little stretch, a little yoga goes a long way. And fortunately, playing music really helps just make you feel better, the endorphins. So, yeah.
Cool. Anyone else?
I took a little walk yesterday.
Okay. Yes.
Felt really good.
Yeah.
In Madison. It was super cold, but
I was gonna say, did you bundle up?
Even just a little sunlight, hearing birds and water.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, if you can get into nature,
yeah,
it's a plus. It's hard, but if you can find the time.
Yeah, tour can be really noisy and, a lot of people everywhere. So, taking those moments, maybe looking at a bird may be all you need, So what's the weirdest or most surprising place you've played or would want to play? And how does environment shape your performance?
My favorite place to play is Greece. I love playing in like the big cities like Athens, but I also love playing in the small towns like Volos or Yanina. Whenever we go there, it feels very inspiring. And then we usually do a lot of shows back to back. And then a week in, it feels there's something special. It feels great, and we're having the most fun. We're playing really great, so can't wait to go back.
Absolutely. I've done a little bit of busking in my career, and I made rent in a few days. Given it was a festival that encouraged tipping, people definitely gave according to their enjoyment level. Let me pocket watch y'all a little bit. How lucrative was busking when the streets were solely your performance space?
When we were doing it in 2014, 2015, 2016, it was great.
Yeah.
We that's all we did basically. And we would have like certain places we would go to in New York City on weekends and then also during the week. And it was like it was great. We used to get such good practice, get really good at performing, get the chemistry in the band flowing, and then also you'll be able to, just do that instead of like, getting a job or something.
Sure.
Yeah, and that was in the day where everyone had like CD players on their laptop, so we could burn our own CDs for cheap and sell those. And I remember one day we did Union Square, Flatiron, 23rd and Broadway, right?
Yeah.
And Bethesda Fountain in Central Park. We did like 3 sessions back to back. And, it was a notable amount we earned in my head. But I won't say it.
Yeah, no. Just wondering because I know, like, especially in the before times, things were a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, like busking in New York City seems like it could be amazing. So many people. So yeah, from everywhere. And performing like that lends to a different kind of synergy that you just kind of spoke on a little bit. So when you're playing in proper venues, as it were, like you've already kind of done a lot of the hard work as far as like drawing in crowds and keeping them. But in what ways did performing spontaneously help you grow musically or even mentally as performers?
Mentally, it definitely got rid of that feeling of like stage fright, or I actually don't ever have it, stage fright. I think it's because going to a park or like a busy street in New York, and then sitting down and playing, especially like when I first started doing it, I did it by myself, and it's like that kind of like, oh, am I playing the right thing, or do I look like like I know what I'm doing? All those things going through your head, kind of like it's almost like getting thrown into like a battle. And I feel like now, I usually I just feel like, let's play this song great, not really like, oh, like there's a lot of people watching or something like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
To me, basking also speaks to, playing for the people with a very democratic approach, playing for literally anyone who's willing to give you a minute of their day, no matter what they're coming from, their ideologies or beliefs. I really love that. It makes you feel connected to people, no matter what.
Absolutely. I mean, it actually, brings up gratitude,
Yeah.
because people giving you their time, that's a big thing. Some of us take that for granted, but
Absolutely.
someone giving, even just stopping and listening for like a minute or two.
Especially in Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh, Manhattan, everyone's going everywhere fast. So if they stop, that's a big deal,
Yeah, I have a funny anecdote. I remember this happened a lot, but this person wrote me. They're like, "Oh, I heard you guys in Union Square. I was running late to a meeting, and then I just like stayed and I missed my meeting, and I don't regret it."
Yeah, that's a great
Like,
compliment.
all right.
Can you tell me some good advice you've gotten along the way as a band?
Got anything, Matt?
Some good advice we've gotten along the way
Yeah.
as a band. Maybe advice from the universe.
Okay.
You especially when you're on tour, you're always plugging things in. You're playing a different show every night. Some nights are better than others. Sometimes your synergy is on. Sometimes your synergy is off. So I feel like I can't really pin down like some human being giving me like the ultimate tour advice. But
Sure.
I feel like in some weird way we all kind of like get advice from the ether.
Yeah.
And the more we play and grow and learn and play more new music, I think the advice kind of just comes naturally.
Yeah, and that
That makes
becomes
sense?
it becomes confirmation.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
For sure. Given your band's evolution, how has the creative process changed accordingly? Do you have any rules? Do you feel you have like more or less freedom from in this iteration of the group?
I think something that has happened in the last few years with us playing together is we had the moment during COVID where we couldn't perform live. And then so we went from like a purely organic, usually acoustic guitar bass with the cajon, and then doing a lot of that for many years, into we actually were in Zach's basement recording, and using like software and like doing a little electronic music. And then when the four of us got together, we started to like bringing it back to the roots, but also like discovering new places where we want to go. And we just recorded this album, and I think this has been like a beautiful collaboration where we're basically going back to using only instruments. Everything is live, but in a new way that we haven't done it before.
Yeah, let's talk more about this album. The first song you played is released, and the second should be out, considering we're kind of like time traveling right now. But what else can you tell me about the upcoming album, Under the Moon? I know it's almost like a geographical journey through memory and hope for the future. Am I close here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, we recorded this a year ago in Seattle, and it was a collection of songs that have gathered for a few years. Some of them we wrote in the last few months, and it has different. We're exploring different worlds, different instruments. It's my first album with doing a lot of electric guitar.
Yeah.
And then Zach can tell you a little about how we found the producer that we did it with.
Yeah, so we had recently signed with Network Records, and we were discussing what producer to work with. And it's kind of a delicate thing, you want somebody who has different sensibilities. But ultimately, John knew, we all kind of knew we needed somebody who could capture the organic rawness of us, so it's not overproduced.
Sure.
So we were looking at some different options, and then it kind of struck me, this guy, Phil Eck, who's out of Seattle, who's a pretty legendary producer.
Yeah.
And I checked out some of his catalog with, Fleet Foxes, Band of Horses.
Yeah.
He even worked on some early Nirvana stuff.
The Shins.
in his day, the Shins, and so there's like a rock element that can get a little, I don't want to say grungy, but you know, it's not too clean, but it's not like too produced. And to me, I wanted us to like be presented and recorded in a way like a classic rock band, like Pink Floyd or something. So it's expansive, but you're in a room with people playing. You know, that's how it feels. So I think he did a great job at that, and we recorded at this studio that one of the guys from Pearl Jam owns, and it was just like lots of good juju in that room, and
Nice.
I felt like you could really hear the magic of the room, which to me is really important because we've recorded some stuff that's overproduced and it just loses that. So the nice balance of like organic grit with, you know, some new songs, new styles we're approaching. And
Nice. And Seattle's a great backdrop, I mean.
yeah, it's where I'm from, so it was nice
yeah.
because we recorded up through my birthday, which is the 18th of December coming up.
Yeah.
And then I got to just go straight to spending the holidays with my family, so that was convenient.
Yeah.
It's actually funny because we stayed in an Airbnb. It was like a 2-minute walk to the studio. So, you know, obviously we'd all go together into the studio, but everybody have time alone. So it'd be funny. I'd be walking to the grocery store. John's coming back. I'd be like, hey, John, we're just living in Seattle.
Yeah, right?
For a month. Yeah.
That's cool. So where do you see City of the Sun going in the next few years? More albums, new sounds, collaborations, maybe even vocals again? Are we looking further into the future, or are we just kind of laser focused on this next album?
Definitely, I think for me personally, since I started playing music, I've always wanted to keep changing and evolving. And I think we're all on the same page there. And we just did a song with a vocalist named Gizmo.
Nice.
Gizmo Arias. He's from Spain but living in the UK. It's our first collaboration with a vocalist, and we've always wanted to do it, but we didn't want to force it. And then we got connected to him, and we had a song we wrote, and then we sent it, and then he came out with some beautiful vocals.
Nice.
So besides the instrumental stuff that we want to keep growing, and we want to keep building on that, and our compositions are better, and everything is becoming better and better every day. Also, I think we are interested in meeting different vocalists and collaborating and like writing some songs. It feels great to do it. It's something we've never done before.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know I speak for everyone when we're really excited to hear the new music and where you all go in the future. Thanks for being here, and let's
Thank
get
you.
back into the music. Yes, yes. A massive thank you to City of the Sun for joining us today. And as always, major love to our camera ops, engineers, dogs, editors, and artists here at Audiotree, spreading the gospel of live music. These amazing guys are on tour right now and headlining their own in 2026. So get tickets when they're in your area, buy up all their merch, and be on the lookout for Under the Moon, a new album coming early 2026. And like I always say, baby dolls, likes are good, but subscribing to Audiotree means you get these dope videos at the top of your feed as soon as they drop. Get cool merch at audiotree.shop. And if you want the audio only version of this, you can find that on all the streaming platforms. Finally, follow Audiotree on social media for more fun content. This is Psalm 1 signing off. And remember, y'all, stay dangerous and drive safe. Please. I'll see you next time. Peace.